What is going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it is time to review Dragon Ball Super Episode 38. Before I get into the review, I just want to mention, obviously, Dragon Ball Super, you're watching it. My Hero Academia review is also out, go check that out. Dragon Ball vs. Yu Yu Hakusho, not out. The reason why is because I recorded the final section, and I was editing it, and I was like, fuck, I forgot these two really key things to the world building of the series is. They were they were separate from my script on a different sheet of paper, so I didn't have that with me, and I forgot to put them in, and I really wanted them in there. So I'm just delaying it a couple days to re-record that part, add those tidbits in, and then re-edit it, probably add in a couple more pictures, and then boom, done. So, yeah, it'll come out probably same day as Seven Deadly Sins, or it'll come out, like, next day. Yeah, probably next day after Seven Deadly Sins, because there's nothing else scheduled on that day. It's like a Tuesday, right? So, yeah, but it's coming soon. It's not going to be top 10 anime old guys all over again. No, nothing like that. But this episode of Dragon Ball Super. And once again, we have another really good episode of Dragon Ball Super. Now, of course, and I guess I'll just go into the technical aspects of the episode, the artwork was the sloppy artwork that we've seen in the past, though I will say not nearly as bad as it's been in the past at all. This was actually, while not good and definitely could be better, it never took me out of it. There was never a moment where I was like, oh, that's really cringingly bad. Like, it was noticeably sloppy, but it was nothing that was absolutely god-awful, so yeah. And then the artwork, not the artwork, the animation and the choreography made up for it, because there was some good choreography and some good fighting going on. So yeah, with all that said, I'll give the animation a solid good. Not on point, not ideal, not great, but good, and, you know, by Dragon Ball Super standards. Not good like the previous episode by just animation standards. This was good by Dragon Ball. I mean, I guess by animation standards, it technically is good. It's just the art is not up to snuff, but I'm not going to ramble on the art too much. I'll just give it a solid good. I can explain my reasons. So, pacing. A little bit slow when Vegeta and Hit were about to fight each other, staring at each other a little too long. I know Vegeta was looking for an opening, but I still think it lasted a bit too long. That's a nitpick, though, because the rest of the episode had really solid pacing. Music, of course, was good, and in terms of story progression, we got the entire Vegeta fight done. We started the Goku fight. None of that, like, oh, the gong rang and then roll credits. No, we actually got Goku and Hit actually starting to fight, so that's good. And then we also find out Monaco's bullshit, so that's another little piece of the story that moved along. And then we also get some character progression on Hit, finding out more about him being a famous assassin, never missing his mark, getting his abilities explained. So yeah, Hit got a lot of characterization here, or at least fleshing out some of his powers and his reputation. And then as a character, personality-wise, basically, he doesn't care about killing people, but since he knows he can't kill in this tournament, he's just like, okay, surrender, just give up. And we also find out his not just his ability, but his fighting style, which has to do with, like, vital points and hitting them hard, or not hard, but hitting lightly, hitting hard when the other characters aren't expecting it, which is what he does to Vegeta. So I like his fighting style. It's unique, it's interesting. It's kind of what we saw Beerus do a bit of in the Battle of Gods movie, not so much in the anime. But he used, like, chopsticks to do that, and this seems a little different. But yeah, so good progression on the characters, well, specifically Hit and Monaka, and then overall story progression, getting through that fight and moving on to Goku's fight and getting a little bit of that going. Really good story progression. So overall, it is a really good episode of Dragon Ball Super from a technical standpoint. Now to talk about the content itself, Vegeta versus Hit. Hit's a badass, okay? Like, straight up, he's going, like, he's hitting Vegeta in the temple, in the throat, he's hitting gut shots, all hitting vital points. Vegeta doesn't even realize that he is systematically getting shut down by Hit, because Hit's just too fast, seemingly. He's seemingly too fast, you can't see him when he moves, no one can. He's landing all these blows on Vegeta, even when Vegeta has the distance on him, goes for an energy blast, he closes the gap in an instant, lands that gut shot, and Vegeta's just like, this is ridiculous, what the fuck's going on? Then Vegeta decides, you know what, fuck it, I'll just take a hit, he hits weak anyways, I'll take a hit and try to get close and grab him. He grabs him, then Hit lands a hard blow when Vegeta was not expecting it. The accumulated damage of the pressure points, coupled with that hit that Vegeta was not expecting, knocked him out of his Super Saiyan God form, and he dropped. That was a good fight. It was not, like, amazing. In fact, I'd probably say it's more like an okay fight. it's interesting to see Vegeta get shut down, and I was thinking too, like when I watched the preview for this episode, I was like, is Vegeta really gonna get totally shut down by this guy? Like, is he really so strong that like Super Saiyan God Blue is like useless against him? And that seems kind of weird. Like, how's Goku gonna beat this guy if Vegeta couldn't? They're pretty equal in power right now. I love that it isn't just, oh, he's way stronger than Vegeta. He's landing vital point shots. He hit Vegeta with a blow he was not expecting. He has the time leap technique, which allows him to freeze time for just a split second, literally like 0.1 seconds, but with his speed, he's able to close the gap within that frozen 0.1 second, and you can't see his attacks coming, and I love that. I love that Vegeta didn't lose because he was weaker. He lost because he couldn't figure out Hit's technique, and Hit was just systematically shutting him down with blows. So, yeah, Hit, love his fighting style. Really, really good, really unique to the series. Definitely a good addition. He's an awesome character so far. And Vegeta does get knocked out. They pop him a Sensu Bean. He has no advice for Goku going in. I love the part where it's like, yeah, he's using Time Leap, he freezes it for a split second, and Bulma's like, whoa, whoa, isn't time manipulation against the rules? And Jocko's like, yeah, but I don't want to die, so he can just do it. And even the king of, like, the fucking Galactic Patrol's like, I didn't see nothing. It's cool, what? What happened? I didn't see nothing. Like, that was funny as fuck. And, yeah, it was just, you know, comedy on point, though it wasn't a very comedic, it wasn't a comedy-heavy episode, but comedy always on point. And, oh, and the funny part where Monaka wakes up just to see Vegeta go Super Saiyan Blue, and then he just gets knocked out again. That was funny. So the comedy was good, and yeah, the fight was pretty solid. You know, the artwork, like I said, but the choreography was good. Then Goku steps up. And Goku knows going in what the dude's power is, so he anticipates where he'll be after the 0.1 second. He blocks, goes for a hit, anticipates once again, and then lands a couple blows on Hit, and Hit's like, alright, this is a little, I'm not used to this is kind of weird. And Goku's like, yeah, now I'll go full power. So, yeah, it was cool. It was really cool seeing Goku figure out how to fight him. And the animation, I think, even got better when Goku stepped up. Even though the art still got shaky in a couple spots, I think the animation overall improved when Goku stepped up to the plate. So, yeah, which is rare for Dragon Ball Super. It usually steps up when Vegeta steps up to the plate, but this time it was Goku. And next week actually looks like it's going to look really good as well. So, hopefully the preview is an indication that the animation will be good next week. Last thing I want to mention is, when is this series going to end? Like, I'm very curious because I remember when it got licensed for, like, an English dub in, like, Singapore or the Philippines or some weird shit. I mean, if they want an English dub, that's fine. It's just kind of weird. But, like, it got licensed in those countries or whatever, and what ended up being announced was, oh, Dragon Ball Super, the 52-episode anime series has been licensed. And I'm like, 52, okay. We're at the final fight of the tournament, and we're only 38 episodes in. If the fight doesn't end next episode, we'll go 39, and then probably it'll end on episode 40. Or maybe it'll be longer, I don't know. But if it ends on 40, and then you have maybe a couple episodes of wrap-ups, you know, some quote-unquote filler with, like, the daily life stuff of the characters, I still don't see the series going to up to 52. That's like another 12 episodes. So, yeah, I don't know if we're getting more after the Universe 6 tournament is over. If they're going to just make this a shorter season and then renew the series for another season. I don't know what's going to happen, but if they renew it for another season, please, please, please don't make the same mistake with the animators. At least have this shit look as good as One Piece, because One Piece I'm satisfied with, so at least have it look that good. But anyways, that's for if they make a Season 2. For now, Season 1 seems like it's going to be wrapping up fairly soon, maybe, unless we have another arc to go into. Maybe they won't even renew another season. Maybe they'll just keep going, which, if they do, again, just bring in the other animators. But regardless, I'd probably give this episode a solid... I really enjoyed this one. I really like Hit's character. I really like the fight with Vegeta and how he shut Vegeta down. I like Goku figuring out everything. All the fighting aspects were on point as fuck. It was a solid 8 out of 10 episode of Dragon Ball Super for me. I thought this was a very good episode. Yeah, like, the art is shaky. If the art was on point, like, not amazing, unbelievable art, but if it was on point with this animation, this would have been a fucking, like, easily a 9 out of 10. But I'll give it an 8, because the art really should be better. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this one. Art should be better. But overall, it's still a really good episode, so I'll give it an 8 out of 10. A very good episode of Dragon Ball Super. But what did you guys think of this episode of Dragon Ball Super? You can tell me in the comment section below. You can follow me on Instagram or add me on PSN. I'm petplatypus on both. Giving this video a thumbs up and sharing it on social media. Both of those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you like what you've seen here. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.